It's easy to forget just how weird humans look. Bipedalism isn't fun if you're built like me, but it's basically the reason we can do anything. The Australopithecines, like Lucy here, were some of the earliest adopters. They were otherwise pretty ape-like, but being able to walk across open plains instead of just through trees meant that they could stop relying on just the food in their local area and start following herds to scavenge their remains. Without walking on our knuckles, our hands specialized further for doing little fiddly things like making tools and picking at scabs instead of bearing weight. The increased access to easy nutrients like nuts, shellfish, tubers, and bone marrow meant we could invest in a bigger brain and shorten our intestines to make walking on two legs a little easier. The downsides are mainly for the ladies. Big, massive baby brains and tiny little pelvises are a recipe for what is at best the least pleasant experience of anyone's life. To compensate, babies are born altricial, or underdeveloped so that they can squeeze through better. This also means that they're completely useless at birth, and they need to be watched constantly to this day so that they don't go licking any power outlets. It's a lot easier if you can get one of your friends to babysit while you hunt, and thus their pathetic offspring help start a cascade of complex social structure. The other handy thing about not needing your hands for walking is that you can carry objects around. Now it's worthwhile making much more situational objects, like weapons and needles, as well as fairly useless ones like carvings and instruments. This includes tools for making fire, which also helps to break down food for easier digestion, bigger brains, smaller guts, etc., etc. Innovations in pointy stick technology were pretty bad news for anything big and tasty. By now, our long legs had given us pretty unstoppable stamina. The antelope may be faster initially, but after 8 hours, it's going to see us on the horizon and start questioning how the Terminator monkeys haven't slowed down yet. Although long legs, big brains, and free hands have led to us becoming the most dangerous things on the planet, it really sucked for like 5 million years before we could properly compensate for our skinniness. Unfortunately for our ancestors, it was just useful enough for it to stick around so that we could one day hunch over our desks and bang our heads in doors for days to come.